Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. So today, my little guy started pre-K 3, and Lola was not ready. I wanted to just keep him safe in his little daycare bubble that he's been going to since he was born, and I wanted to keep him there. I wasn't ready to move him into pre-K. I was just going to keep him at daycare for another year. But guys, he was ready. He was so excited to start school, and he got a new backpack, and he has a lunchbox because he'd never taken a lunchbox before. When he would have lunch at daycare, they always provide everything. They would feed them breakfast, lunch, little snacks, and they provided everything. So he has never done any of that before. So he was so excited that he had his little Paw Patrol lunchbox and his Paw Patrol backpack. Driving him to school today, I was proud of myself that I didn't have a meltdown. Now, I did go in with him. My husband and I both took him to school this morning and walked him in. Of course, all the other kids started a month ago. We were behind because Lola drug her feet over the summer because I didn't want to let him go. I wanted to keep him safe and protected, and that's what we do, right? That's what we do. We did that with our kids. We didn't want our kids to grow up, and then they do grow up, and then here we are doing it all over again. And it's hard. It's hard, guys. It's hard because it goes so fast. And we know it goes fast because we've already done it one time before, right? So we know that the time is going to go very quickly. But sometimes I just find myself like, wow, where did the last 3 years go? It's crazy. So I guess my message for you today is, even though we are maybe in a situation of raising our grandchildren and we don't necessarily want to go through all the stuff that you go through when you're raising a child at 58 years old. We don't necessarily want to go through these things again, but we are there for them and we do the best that we can. And sometimes we have to take a step back and really assess the situation, kind of like this morning, or actually it was last week when it really hit me. He's ready. He really wants to go to school. He's ready to go to school. Like Norma, he's ready. Let him. So this past week, that's what I was so focused on, is getting all the enrollment stuff done and the documentations and all the stuff that you have to do to enroll kids in school these days. And it is different. It's different now than it was when my kids were young. I don't know if you guys can relate to that. I'm sure you can, because it's just different times, right? And there's a lot of stuff out there in the world. There's a lot of stuff that, yes, evil has always existed. It's always been difficult to raise kids, but I feel like just now in society, there's just even more things. The one thing I noticed when we toured his school is that everything's locked. Like, they lock doors behind them every time that they opened a class. It didn't matter. A classroom door, it was locked behind them. When we went in, it was locked behind them with us in it. The computer labs, like, we didn't have that when my kids were growing up. They didn't get Chromebooks. They didn't have all the technology that we have now. They had technology when my kids were young, but it wasn't like it is now. And there's just so many things out there in this world that are scary, but we still have to let them go. We have to let them grow up because they deserve it. And this is, unfortunately, their reality. It's not the same, especially like when I was growing up. I mean, it's just a whole different world out there nowadays, isn't it? And it's scary. It's very scary. And I think that was my problem, is that I just didn't want to admit that he's growing up, and I'm going to let him go out there into this big world and create his life that is going to be amazing, and it's going to be filled with joy and fun and learning and just all the stuff that our kids did, that we did. He gets to do that also. So if you are raising a grandchild, and you are going through these same steps, maybe they're older, maybe they're still babies and still little, I get it. I totally understand where you are. I totally understand what you're feeling and thinking, because it's hard. It is very hard. And I feel so fortunate to be able to go through all these things and go through this with him, because it's fun. It's just so much fun watching his little face and him get excited about going to school. I know it's not going to last. I know he'll be loving school probably for the first few years, and then probably be saying he doesn't want to go to school. So I know that. But for right now, I am going to just enjoy the little things, and the little thing today was taking him to his first day of pre-K. So thanks, guys, for letting me share. If you ever want to talk to me, if you are someone who's just needing someone to listen, I get that too. I understand. Just reach out to me. I'd love to get on a call with you and have a discussion. Raising those grandkids are fun. Remember, you're a rock star.